There is great news for people in Oregon. The marijuana legalization continues to be very, very beneficial to the states that have legalized it. Now, this, of course, has to do with Oregon specifically. Now, KPTV, which is a local station, is reporting that the state which legalized marijuana in 2014 has now received more than $54 million in taxes from taxing, regulating, and legalizing marijuana so far in 2016. $54 million. That is amazing. In fact, I've got the direct figure here. According to the Oregon Department of Revenue, statewide marijuana tax receipts for the year of 2016 totaled $54,506,832 as of November 30th. And I know I said that wrong. But anyway, that's a lot of money, basically. Now, the state has seen steadily increasing tax payments since it began collecting tax payments earlier this year. Now, in its first month, for example, of collecting taxes, the state took in $2,484,170. And in October, that increased to $7,831,157. So that is a lot of fucking money. Now, where's it going to? Well, according to the law, 40% has to go to funding public schools, which I think is a pretty smart proposal. You take in this tax money from marijuana and you fund the school system. Makes sense. But where's the rest of it going? Now, 60% is divided between mental health, alcoholism, and drug services. Also, that makes a lot of sense. State and local law enforcement agencies and the Oregon Health Authority. So that's where the money is going. It's actually going into good services, which is great. And look, they're saving a lot of money as well on law enforcement. Yes, I know some of this money is going into law enforcement, but think of how much they're saving by no longer locking up people for smoking weed. I mean, it's amazing. And of course, you're seeing a lot of money, $54 million, from them collecting taxes on marijuana. Again, this is amazing. Now, overall, apparently, I mean, according to the numbers, legal marijuana has been working incredibly well. Now, there is one downside that they did mention, and that is there is an uptick in impaired drivers. So people who have smoked marijuana and they decide, I'm gonna go to the store and buy some chips. Oh shit, I crossed the line or whatever, or yeah, I'm a little bit impaired because I smoked a big fatty on the way to the store or on the way home or whatever. Yeah, don't do that. Don't toke and drive. If you're gonna bake at home. Order a pizza. Just saying. But anyway. Also, there has been a little bit of an increase in people who have called into emergency services when they had a little too much. You're going to have that. I forget who, but there was a CNN correspondent that had an edible and had way too much, and they literally thought that they were going to die. I forget who their name is. And it's just hilarious thinking back on that. And again, I forget who she is. But she's like, oh my God, I thought I was going to die. Pot is the most horrible thing in the world. No, you got to take it easy. You got to take it easy. Like, I don't do pot. I've never smoked it. I've been around it. Never smoked it. Never had an edible. It's kind of illegal here still. And of course, illegal on the federal level. So I've never partaken. However, I am smart enough to know that you're not supposed to eat the entire brownie in one sitting. You got to space it out, or else you're going to feel like crap. Maureen Dowd, thank you guys. The YouTube chat, appreciate that. Maureen Dowd, hilarious. Now, so look, other than those two things, yeah, marijuana legalization in Oregon has been working incredibly well. Now, what about teen usage? Well, I don't have any numbers for Oregon. However, Colorado, another state that also legalized marijuana, did its own survey on this. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because one of the major arguments against marijuana legalization is, hey, the kids, what about the children? Think of the children. They're going to get a hold of weed. It's going to be more accessible. And then all the teenagers are just going to start smoking pot. Well, is that true? Well, in the case of Colorado, no. According to the Colorado Healthy Kids Survey, teenagers are using marijuana at about the same rate they did before legalization happened. So it turns out having easily accessible weed doesn't necessarily make kids want to do it. In fact, it kind of has no effect. Might even have the opposite effect on some. Like, oh, it used to be like the cool rebel thing to do. Now it's like, all the adults are doing it. Oh, my dad's doing it. Fuck that. That's boring. Whatever. Okay. Hey, it works, man. Now, again, I don't have numbers for Oregon, but I assume that they're pretty similar. Now, in fact, the Colorado Health Department issued a statement on those findings and said the survey shows marijuana use has not increased since legalization, with 4 of 5 high school students continuing to say that they don't use marijuana, even occasionally. And I realize this is self-reporting. Yeah, but also it would probably be anonymous self-reporting. So, anyway, even with that, I don't believe that the amount of teens, especially based on evidence, has increased. So what happened? I thought marijuana was dangerous. I thought it was going to make all the teenagers do this. No, apparently not. And so all the stuff that they told us about with the whole, reefer madness and stuff, no, it's bullshit. It always has been bullshit. And thankfully, we're actually moving forward towards, actually legalizing this drug that doesn't hurt people. And I know we don't know the long-term effects of marijuana use, but hey, maybe that's something that we can actually study if we can get the federal government to remove it from Schedule I status. And hopefully, as more and more states continue to legalize marijuana, we can get the federal government to finally follow suit. I give it 10 years. And then finally, I think we will have full legalization and the removal of government restrictions, especially as soon as big corporations start to really get in on this market. And they're beginning to. So, hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.